Hey, and welcome back to ZÁY SHEEN Webisodes. I'm your host, Afreed Budd, the founder of ZÁY SHEEN, a brand rooted in sustainable and ethical elegance. Today's guest embodies a rare intersection between elegance on the runway and urgency for our planet. Donna Lopez isn't just a model, she's an ocean advocate and sustainability educator who's turning the fashion spotlight towards our seas. After years in fashion, Donna pursued environmental management and joined Take 3 for the Sea in its efforts to fight microplastics. In its efforts to fight microplastics pollution and textile waste. Through her life and work, she challenges us to see clothes. Not just as style, but as choices with consequences. Today, she'll walk us from runway lights to reef tides, showing how what we wear matters for the planet and for our future. So please welcome Donna Lopez. Before we jump in, if the conversations like this matters to you, we bring on people who are shaping conscious fashion, sustainability, and intentional living without the noise or performative talk. So if you would like more conversations like this, take a second to subscribe to the ZÁY SHEEN Webisodes. It helps the show reach the right people, and it allows us to keep bringing conscious voices to the table. You can also share this webisode with someone who would appreciate. All right, let's get into it. Hey, and welcome back to ZÁY SHEEN Webisodes. Thank you very much for joining us here again. We got our beautiful and wonderful guest, Donna Lopez.
Hello, everyone.
Donna, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, it is my pleasure, as always. And second time for those
Second
who don't
time.
know.
Second time is a charm. Yeah, hopefully we don't have any technological issues this time.
Technology issue. So,
Yeah.
so the last time when we recorded a good interview about 1 hour or hour and a half.
Good hour and a half, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And we lost all the recordings.
Yeah, we not only lost the recording, but also while we were recording, my internet was so bad that it kept dropping out. And
I believe you were in a hotel, right? Somewhere in
I was in Mexico City, and it was really bad internet. So hopefully today it's much better.
Oh yes, it is. It's better than mine actually.
Perfect.
Okay, beautiful. How's your day going?
It's good. I mean, right now I'm in Santiago de Chile.
Where is it? Oh, Chile.
Chile, yeah, near Argentina. I've been here for a few weeks, working, so enjoying it. It's so pretty, and nature is right here in the city. Like you can mix it within the city, so I'm liking it very much.
That's beautiful. It feels like that it's summertime over there.
It's summertime, yeah. Actually, today is quite hot. Yeah. Yeah, you're freezing, right?
Yeah, we got snow here a couple of days ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to like it when I moved here, but now not so.
Yeah. It gets tough. Yeah.
But no worries. Thank you very much again for joining. So for those watching from home who might not be familiar with you yet, could you share about yourself, who you are, what you do, and why this conversation is the one they should be listening to?
Oh, wow. Who I am, that's a big question. But yeah, as you said, my name is Donna. I'm originally from Argentina, but I have traveled to many, many places because of one of my jobs that I do. I started when I was 17 as a model, and I travel everywhere. I went to Europe, I went to the States, Japan, everywhere. And then I ended up living in Australia for about 10 years. That's why my accent is a little bit like this. For those wondering why I'm from Argentina, but I got this accent. And then in Australia, I started really connecting with the ocean. I grew up in the countryside, so I did have that connection to nature. But in Australia, I started really doing surfing, free diving, scuba diving, any chance I had to get in the ocean, I got in.
Yeah.
And that took me onto a journey of discovering sustainability and discovering why it's so important to protect nature and to protect especially the ocean. That is my passion. And that took me, which is funny how life works, that took me onto working with a non-for-profit called Take 3 for the Sea. At the beginning, I started as a volunteer, and then after that, I took on the role as educator. So my role was going into schools and teaching kids from kindergarten to universities, and then on to businesses on how to, with legal actions, we can really make a difference. And that took me to study environmental management and sustainability. And after that was 2020. And then after that, it gave me the title of environmental consultant that I am today. So that's a little bit of very summarized story of how I got here, why this conversation is so important, because I think we need to talk about that connection that today I think is lost, that connection with nature, and that nature is us and we are nature. And if that is not working properly, we are not going to
100%.
work. So I think that's why these conversations are important and people should listen to us.
Oh, absolutely. It's a wholesome package, I would say, with all the stuff, with all the things that you have accomplished and working on, which is very, very important at this time, at this moment. We're about to end 2025 and entering in 2026, and day by day, it's becoming more important.
Yes.
Especially I love how your passion for the ocean evolved into real action. What was the turning point at that made you decide to dedicate your career fully to sustainability?
Yeah, the turning point was I was surfing one day in Australia. I lived in a place called Manly, and I was surfing there, and it's this amazing place. Everything works perfectly. Everything, you look at it and it's clean. And then I was surfing, and then this plastic bag just floated next to me, and I was like, "Hang on, this doesn't make sense. Like, why is this plastic in here?" And of course, I picked it up and I put it in my wetsuit. And when I left the beach, I was carrying my surfboard, and I started actually looking down and started noticing how much rubbish was there. And my brain was like, hang on, this makes no sense. And as I said, life has a funny way of working out on social media nowadays as well. I think 2 or 3 days later after that, I got an ad from this organization saying that it was a beach cleanup in a week time.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Even without saying a word in front of your phone?
Even without saying a word, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Things that life just throw you at you, and you're like, okay, well, I have to pay attention to this.
Right, but this is a good one.
Yeah, so I signed up. I went to this beach cleanup. It was in Bondi, one of the most famous beaches of Australia. It's huge, and it's tourists everywhere. And we were about 60 volunteers.
Wow.
We cleaned up the beach for about 1 hour, and I still got, that was 2018, I think 17, and I still got the image in my mind of how much rubbish we picked up. And the pile was like pretty much up to my waist, and I'm pretty tall, I'm 178, 5'10".
Taller than me.
So I'm quite tall, so that image was shocking. I was like, this is not right. And it was only 1 hour.
Yeah.
And when you looked at it before doing the cleanup, it was clean, you couldn't see much, and everyone was the same. And then after that, I was like, it just kept going in my head, I have to do something about this. Like, this can't be right. People can't be so disconnected. Like, we all go to the beach, we all enjoy it, we all go surfing.
Right.
It's giving us so much, but at the same time, we are giving back all this garbage, and it's like, it just made no sense.
Yeah.
And then I got offered to start obviously volunteering more with the organization, and then after a month, I took on the education role, which was amazing. And for me, teaching people in another language, in English, it was like, it's all new and experience. It was amazing. And the first few times was like really daunting, but then
Right.
when you see that people really take on what you say, and like with very small things, you know, you don't have to go huge, but I
Exactly.
will, I will see the kids that I'll be teaching them, and they will be like doing really like small stuff, like, I don't know, free plastic Tuesday on the school. And then they will
Right.
be sending me photos and telling me that they have reduced the waste by 40% at the school. And I'll be like, okay, this is amazing. We have to keep going with this. So
100%.
yeah.
60 people are a lot, but you know, after cleaning the beaches, or if we continuously doing that, people and tourists are still coming to the beach. Trash, of course, some people do not care. They just throw the trash out.
Mhm.
What the organization do to prevent that? Or do they, you know, educate the people outside of their organization on the beach, or put any signs on the beach to keep people aware of that?
Well, they do put signs.
Mm.
I think the idea more of it, because obviously you're not going to solve the problem. We say is a simple, you know, we take three for the seas, take 3 pieces of rubbish when you leave the beach,
Yeah,
waterway, park, anywhere you are, and you
right.
are making a difference. Obviously, it's a very simple solution for a very complex problem.
Mm.
But what it tries to do more than that action of taking 3 pieces, which is not going to solve the problem, obviously, but is trying to educate people on thinking where that rubbish otherwise goes, you know, that we are that generation. So it's the
Yes.
work is behind, the work is the education that comes with that little action, going like, oh, hang on, if I left that, I don't know, cigarette or package from my, I don't know, chocolate bar that I ate at the beach, if I
Right.
leave it there, what's going to happen to it? So it's
Right.
more of, it tries to do sort of like a ripple effect of like really taking personal responsibility of your actions, your everyday actions, that
Right.
with very little you can change a lot. So that's the idea behind
Hmm.
it.
Wow, that's really cool. We never talk about, or I don't remember you mentioned being a teacher and teaching in the organization. How was that? How does that happen?
Well, it was amazing. I think it was more my personality that I said yes, and yeah, we'll do it, because
Okay.
obviously before that, I didn't have any previous experience, but
Yeah, so
you
in
know,
that 1 month, what did they saw or see in you that they put you a teacher, make you a teacher?
we'll have to ask them. But I think it's my personality that I'm very, you know, and
Oh,
I think
sure.
they saw the passion for it. I think
Mm,
I at that moment I was really angry. Not angry at them, but I was like, you know, we have to do something about it. We like,
right.
this is something that it can be left as to someone else to fix, obviously. So
Right.
I think that's what they saw, and obviously standing there and like I could speak properly, and you know, I that passion, when you talk about things that you are passionate about, it
Yeah.
shows, and people actually catch on to it. So I
Right.
think that's, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes even though you said you didn't have any prior experience at that time and you just started for a month, but the passion is there. They saw the eager in your eyes that you said. So they said, yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
she is the best that we could
She's
put
the
on.
one. Yeah.
But what another funny fact is, almost all the guests that I get from Australia, everybody attached to the ocean. Everybody
Yeah.
surfing, everybody does the scuba diving, and it's just amazing. All of them.
Well, it's so
And they put
close.
you on that line too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, you have it so close. You know, the funny thing is that when I moved to Australia, I wasn't scared of the ocean, but I did have a huge respect for it. And I
Mm,
will see people like, you know, jumping off the rocks onto the ocean, like in these weird places. And I was like, oh no, I'll never be doing that. And then after a while, I think you start learning
yeah,
and really appreciating those moments, and the way you can work with the ocean to have really incredible experiences.
yeah,
Like I would live like you know, a block away from the beach, so I will finish working, grab my surfboard and run and have an hour surf before my day was done. And just
Right.
like it would make the whole day a complete different story, you know.
Hmm.
That connection, that energy that it gives you, you know, is very healing, is very like soothing in a way. So it's like when you're there, you really, you know, get involved. I think that happens in every place where you have the ocean. Is
Yeah, it's
even
the environment, right?
exactly, even if you go for a walk along the ocean, it's just you already feel that energy, and it's sort of like, you know, does things to your body. Because obviously we are 70% water,
Oh
so I mean,
yes.
it has something to do, right?
Oh yes. I mean, I had a guest previously. She is originally from Brazil, but she is also a super fashion model in Switzerland. And and she's a big surfer too. And I believe, went over an hour for the conversation about the ocean, how humans are totally water, 70%, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was so
Well,
cool, super cool.
yeah, for that is a really good book called Blue Mine. And it
Hmm.
really explains the you know, the relationship, obviously, that we're 70% water, and it explains all the science behind it and
Right.
why so what do you call it, attract to water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think living by the sea also changed the perspective of how you see the fashion and sustainability?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, when I was there, I was barefoot. I was always, you know, with either a wetsuit or a bikini if I was surfing or at the beach. So fashion sort of took like a second side. I wasn't really thinking of how I looked or what I was wearing. But also when you learn how much the fashion industry has to do with, you know, pollution and how badly it is managed, you
Mm,
also have to, you know, rethink that relationship.
right. So you said you wasn't so focusing on your clothing at that time, but you're also a supermodel.
Yes, which is
Oh,
controversial.
which is not controversial. Of course, I know that you can balance both. It depends where you are. So we'll talk about fashion. We did talk about that last time, and modeling. I would love to hear about it more. How did you get into it?
How I got into modeling, I was
It was
17.
is Oh, okay. So it was before you went to Australia, right?
Oh yeah, way before. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
was still at school, so I was 17. It was this sort of like, you know, like sort of like American Next Top Model by the TV thing that they were doing, and they
Okay.
were looking for girls. And with my friends, we send these photos um, to it, and like sort of like a joke, you know. And then after that, they called me and they were like, oh, "Okay, you have to go to Rosario, which is this other city near my city, my hometown."
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a show, and then in that show, we're gonna choose 3 girls for the final, and then the final is in a month.
Hmm.
And blah, I was like, yeah, no way, I'm going to that. It was a joke. Like, I don't wanna. Anyway, they called my mom and they were like, she should come, you know, she has a lot of potential. And I was like, no, like whatever. And then the day before I ended up obviously getting selected. And then after in the final, I got to the final where we recorded for a whole month this TV show that it never aired because of other stuff that happened.
But did you
But
get paid for that?
I didn't get paid, no.
You
But I did
didn't
get,
get paid.
so in that whole month, they will teach us, they give us acting lessons. They
Okay.
gave us runway lessons,
Okay.
training. We had a personal trainer with us. And what else? And yeah, and then we started doing, you know, photo shoots and
Hmm.
runways. So it was all like very dynamic and very cool experience.
Okay.
And also, I had good friends from that experience as well, and they were with me in the contest.
Yeah.
And then after that, that was, I think, February before starting school the last year. And then I started working super well. I think I did my first fashion week, the Buenos Aires Fashion Week. I did it.
Yeah.
And it was, I think I did 20 or 25 shows. It was crazy. And that was my first experience of like, pay jobs. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And then I'll have to go back to school to my city. And it was a very like, religious school. There were nuns in the school. It was a whole, again, another controversial thing in my life that I was in a nun school, but I was being a model and they did not like that.
Okay.
Which
So they
was,
knew that.
they knew that, yeah. They knew that because they will see me in the magazines and they will come
Oh,
in.
wow.
And one of the teachers, she loved me and she came with every single magazine I was in. She was like, "Oh my God, look at this!" And I was like, "Oh no, they're gonna spell me like I'm done." And luckily they didn't, and I finished
Okay,
school. And then after
nice.
finishing school, I moved to Buenos Aires to start working. Yeah, that's how.
Oh, that's really cool. Was you as passionate about modeling was at the same way about ocean cleaning?
No, definitely not. It was fun. It was something different. I was doing something completely different to my friends at that time, being 17. I'm traveling, I'm working, I'm being shot in like random places and beautiful places. And obviously it was exciting, but it wasn't a passion. I started doing it because obviously I did well. Then I started traveling and I kept doing very well and I went everywhere. So then the exciting part of this job was to travel and to see new places. I was 18, I went to Greece, I went to Spain by myself, I went to Japan. So it was all this crazy experience that I like that part of experiencing new cultures, traveling around, meeting new places. It was just, but it was never the same passion as I have for, protecting the environment and, taking care of
Okay,
the
so
planet.
you were more lean towards that.
Yeah.
What you did on your first audition that they became a fan of you, like, oh, we need Donna back. She's so awesome. She got what it needs or what it takes to be a model. What you did?
What
Anything
I did?
special? Or it was
No, I
just
think
all natural?
it was myself. Yeah. I think I was just myself. Yeah.
What would you recommend a person who has the audition, needed to go the first audition for the modeling, and they need
Yeah.
to prepare for that?
I think I will say that. I will say just be yourself.
Okay.
Don't try to be like everyone else because you're you, and they definitely see that. Even though you're a model and you're not specifically talking,
Okay.
but that energy that we all carry, and it's us. That it's what it translates to people when they see you.
Right.
So I think definitely be yourself and take the energy, that 100% pure, authentic energy. I think that's what it sells.
Nice. Donna, I want you to be completely honest. If I want to become a model, what do you think I need to do or I need to work on? You've been following me too.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think get a good agent and you can do it.
I got good
But
what?
agent, so a person representing you, an agency. Yeah. I
Oh,
think you
I
can
need a good
do it.
agent.
We can all do it. It's an awesome job that we can all do. We all have something, that is appealing to other people. So we all can have that capacity of selling stuff. So, but definitely in this industry, you do need an agency behind you to, at least to get in. After a while, you can sort of manage yourself. But at the beginning, yeah.
How can I find that good agency?
Ooh, it's a good question. Either someone recommending you, someone that they know, or really researching the industry, having having interviews with them. You can definitely sit down with them and see, like, what do you feel, what they say, what they propose. Not all of them, they're all different. So you really have to listen when they talk to you and what they offer, and go with that intuition as well, like going like, oh, this, I had a good energy, or I had a good feeling about this one, so we're going with this. That's
Right.
how I did it. Like, when I had the chance to go to a new city and they present me to different agencies, then I
Right.
go and meet with them, and then you sit with them and you're like, oh, hang on, this and that, and then okay, then I choose, I go with this one. So yeah.
I heard a lot that agencies do scams a lot with the new models or upcoming models, with the new people who are not aware of the scams or about the industry. If I have the meeting with one of the agents online or in person at their office, what are the things that I should be aware of while talking to them or before signing any contracts that might be sus?
The percentage of commission that they take in the contract, that's a very,
What is the
first of all,
standard?
the standard is 20-30% of what you
Okay.
own.
Okay.
It is tricky. Never sign a contract without having someone, review it for you. Never, ever. That's something
Okay.
I learned from my two lawyer parents. That's something, it's stuck in my mind. Never sign anything without reading it.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, it's a big one with when you're starting, they tell you that you need a portfolio and that you need to shoot with, X person that it's amazing and does all these, like, blah, 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 but it's going to cost you this amount of money. You don't need it. I mean, maybe one time you need it, but it can't be more like at a ridiculous amount of money. And you shouldn't be paying for it. They should be investing on that, so they will be advanced it in, and like they will pay for you, and then
Okay.
when you work, they discount it from what you earn. That's a big one. But if you don't feel like doing it, and you don't, you also can talk to, nowadays it's very simple to talk to,
Yeah.
a photographer that you like on social media. You message them and it's like, oh, are you up for a test, or are you up to do something fun just for us? And
Right.
you can,
So
find people
basically,
like,
if an agency asks for upfront payments or expensive portfolio shoots, that's a red
yeah,
flag.
yeah.
If I get
In my
selected
books, yeah.
somehow, maybe that would be end of the modeling career, modeling
No.
industry. So if I get selected for a modeling shoot,
Yeah.
and if an agency asks money from me, I don't have to pay. They would be only your commission, because if I'm get selected, if I get gigs, I'll do that and they take the commission out of that.
I mean, that's a
That's how it
more
should be.
realistic way of doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Other than,
Nice.
if you're starting, you probably don't have the money to pay, I don't know, $1,000 for a photo
Yeah.
shoot. They should be the ones,
Other
at
than
least,
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, at least in that way, they're showing you a sort of like, commitment.
Hmm.
That's how I see it.
Okay. That definitely make more sense, because it's a win-win for both. If I'm getting the work, I'm getting paid. I don't mind paying the agency, whatever
Exactly.
it is. I
Yeah.
mean, the 20% is the standard. Or maybe when I'm starting out, maybe 30-35% I would be happy to pay, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays it's 20-25.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's
So
that's the
other
commission.
than the contracts and payments, what are some early mistakes new models or I should avoid when starting out in the industry?
Um, I think just be mindful of what they ask you to do. If you get, into a job and they ask you to do something that it's hard, or you don't want to do it, you always talk to the agency or go like, I don't want to do this. Can you talk to them? Always be, not because they tell you to do something, you have to do it. You know what I mean?
I see. So
Yeah,
we have the freedom to select either we want to or
exactly.
not.
Yeah, yeah. And also, like, if you're in a job or they ask you, like,
Hmm.
I don't know, we're gonna go and I don't know, we're gonna do a topless photo, and you don't want to do it. No, if they didn't tell you beforehand that that's what's gonna happen, then you are in all your right to say no.
Yeah.
And if they say something, then okay, you got to talk to my agency. I'm not gonna do it. And like, it's just it's also tricky because it's very you're young when you're starting, so it's tricky, but you definitely have to,
Yeah.
um stand your rights. Yeah.
Did you ever face a moment like that early in your career where you had to stand on your ground?
Um Not in that kind of situation, but yeah, I always had a very strong personality that if I don't like something, I will say it.
Yeah, you look like that person.
Yeah. So definitely never had a full on, like, situation that it was tricky, but I had definitely spoken out, and I know that wasn't sometimes very well received, but
Mhm.
again, I am who I am. I will say what I feel or what I don't want to say, and and that's how
That
how
is powerful. That is
yeah.
empowering. I love that. Perfect. Thank you very much, Donna. Our next segment is rapid fire.
It's what? Sorry, you got out.
It's rapid fire.
Okay.
Yeah, you ready for that? Oh, does that mean yes or no?
Yes, let's do
Okay.
it.
Okay. First question. One word that describes the ocean right now.
The ocean right now. Um, Chaos. Chaos, I would say.
Chaos.
Yes.
Is there any quick way you wanted to share that we could be more better?
Better. Yeah, with the small actions, we can all be better, you know? And the thing is, I think it's very important to get out there that not because you're not near the ocean, you're not benefiting from the ocean. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like, you can be in the middle, for example, in the middle of Argentina, nowhere near the ocean, and you're
Yeah.
still using the ocean.
It does
Why?
affect.
Because exactly. And also 2 out of 3 breaths that we take,
Hmm.
that oxygen is generating in the ocean. So,
Yeah.
it is very important. So it doesn't, when you say, oh, I live so far away, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. So, and also
Totally
what we say
does.
at take 3 is the ocean is downhill from anywhere. So somehow, if you're either in here in the top of, the Andes, that plastic that you throw out or that you leave there somehow is going to find its way into the ocean. So with very small actions, I will say at your house, um, cut out single-use plastic that you don't need.
Hmm.
It's very simple. I don't know, when you go shopping for your fruit and veggies, instead of putting every single, veggie or fruit that you grab into a plastic bag, just take in your hand. They can put the sticker on, or they can wait it at the register.
Right.
Uh, and you're avoiding that much, already a lot of plastic that is going into your household.
Hmm.
Um, Another thing is the lights. If you're not using them, turn them off. No need for them to be on. And also the water, it's a lot of people nowadays, they still don't have, running water in the houses.
Right.
So that's something very important. I don't know, a shower doesn't need to be 25 minutes long, you know. You need max 5 minutes, being very generous,
Yeah.
like wash your hair and everything. So
Right.
be very mindful of those little things that you can definitely do. And also, as consumers that we all are,
Hmm.
we all have the ability to put our money into something good, into things that you know that they're taking care of the planet. So that's another powerful thing. So
That's right.
yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much.
My
Next
pleasure.
question. I want to share why ZÁY SHEEN exists. Most of us are used to buying clothes that look good for a moment, but don't last in quality, meaning, or impact. ZÁY SHEEN was built the opposite way. Every piece we create is designed to be timeless, not a trend-driven, ethically produced, thoughtfully sourced, and made to be worn for years, not weeks. We believe sustainability doesn't need to be loud or performative. It should feel natural, intentional, and human. Just like the conversation you're watching right now. If you care about what you wear, who made it, and the impact it leaves behind, ZÁY SHEEN was created for you. You can explore the collection and learn more at www.zaysheen.com or tap the first link in the description. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
Yes.
Vintage piece or sustainable new item?
What, sorry? You got it.
Vintage piece or sustainable new item?
Vintage things or sustainable new item?
Yeah, vintage piece. I mean, some vintage clothing or
Okay.
a new sustainable piece or new
Oh,
item.
that's a tricky one. I will go vintage.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Good one. Denim or linen?
Ah, denim.
Denim.
I should say linen, but denim.
Okay. It's kind of similar one, but thrift shop or eco brand?
Yeah, thread shop. Yeah.
Thrift shop.
And if I don't find it there, then I will go to an eco store.
Nice. The best one. What outfit makes you feel closest to nature?
I will say anything cotton because it feels, nice and soft on the skin.
Yeah.
Barefoot, I will say. Always
Yeah.
barefoot.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah, I would say a huge t-shirt, like you can wear it just like that.
Heels or sneakers?
Oh, definitely sneakers. Yeah.
Sneakers. Have you ever wears sneakers under a dress while modeling?
Yes, many
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Wow. Is that you who suggested or it was by the designer?
Sometimes I suggested, sometimes was by designed. Also, going into parties, I always go for sneakers. If I have to, like, get to the party or to the wedding, I'll get with the heels for like half an hour and then I'm like, I'm done. It's enough. The sneakers in.
Favorite fashion era?
Ooh, the 90s.
The 90s.
Yeah.
Nice. First modeling job ever?
First modeling job. It was an editorial for a magazine where it's a funny story behind it. I had the hair same like this, but with a lot of, spray where you cannot move your hair, but with a ponytail. And the photographer kept going like, "Oh, you have to move your hair." I was like, "Hang on, what?" My hair is up in a ponytail. Like, how can I move my hair if it's, in a ponytail? And with a lot of spray. And also, like, this part also had a lot of spray. So it was quite hilarious that he was asking me that. And he got super angry. And I was like, how do you want me to move my hair if I'm got this much spray in my hair? And they was like, just move your hair. So I just started like going like this. It was quite funny. So that was my first ever modeling job.
Nice. Good experience. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Hidden talent.
Hidden talent? Oh, that's a tricky one. I don't know. I can hold my breath for a long time.
How long?
My max was 3 minutes 20.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
yeah. It's longer than mine, so it's your talent. Nice. Coffee or tea?
Ooh, definitely coffee, but I also drink a lot of yerba mate, which is
Mm.
the mate that we drink in Argentina.
Ah, nice. What's the favorite pose of Donna Lopez?
Um, the very unbothered look, like, very like sort of that way.
I think I have seen that.
Yes.
And yeah, one more question. What is okay, is that your favorite or is that the um ask by the brand or the photographer?
No, that's mine. The
Yours.
last one will be a smile. Yeah.
A smile. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the most weirdest pose you did?
Um, mm, 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 mm. I was on a horse trying to make these like weird poses, having like my arm, and the photos they were amazing, but at that time it was very tricky to do because the horse kept moving and I was trying to, like, not fall and
If he
try to
was
look
walking
cool.
or running or he was just standing there?
No, the horse at the beginning was just standing, so I had to do the
Okay.
poses, and then after a while, I had to actually ride the horse with a good modeling face on. So yeah.
That's tricky. Last but not least, what's the one question you wish people asked you about sustainability more often?
um, how can they make a difference?
Good question. It's always start from us.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Fill in the blank. Finish this sentence. Sustainable fashion is.
Sustainable fashion is um, feeling yourself with the clothes, but also taking care of the planet.
Beautiful. That's it for this segment, ladies and gentlemen. You did great, Donna. Big
Thank you.
applause for you. Thank you very much. Next thing, which is for those who don't know, Donna is also a B Corp consultant. Donna, what is B Corp, first of all?
B Corp is a assessment that all that businesses and organizations can go through. It's about 200 questions,
Hmm.
and you fill all these different information about your business or your organization.
Yeah.
And according to that, and according what you're doing,
Hmm.
looking at people, profit, planet, whole a whole assessment, I would say. Then they give you a score, and that score, it will get you the certification on those. So what it does is it shows that you are doing a good thing, that you are not only taking care of the product or
Right.
the service that you're giving, but also you take care of the people that work for you, the people that provide for you,
Hmm.
um, the planet around you, the environment, how you transport your things, how you get from A to B. It really is like very extended assessment.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a good thing started in the States,
Uh-huh.
I think 13 or 14 years ago, and now it's everywhere, and it's really becoming a global movement.
Hmm. For a brand or designer watching this right now, what are the main benefits of becoming B Corp certified is?
The main benefits will be that they actually showcase the good things that you're doing. Um, so it puts in the framework of, yeah, I'm taking care of this by showing how. It just
Hmm.
doesn't say, because it's very easy to get into greenwashing. I could have a business and say like, yeah, I got like, 100% cotton in my clothes, 100% blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then when I actually go in and look at it, you don't have any certification. You don't have anything to show that you're actually doing the things that you say that you're doing.
Hmm.
So this sort of puts that framework, it showcase the things that you're actually taking care of and with
Yeah.
proof, because
Hmm.
everything has to have their own document, their own information.
Yeah.
If they're not, and if the way you show it to them is not quite 100% correct, or it is not 100% clear, they ask you for more information.
Yeah.
I think the main benefit is that actually showing that you're doing the right thing. And it's a cool thing to do. Yeah.
How long does this process take once we start it?
Once you start it, I would say the way I work it is I would do in a month. We'll meet once a week with the
Yeah.
responsible person that they select from the company to sit down with me for an hour each week, and we'll go through each section. And then they will bring on all the details, all the documents that they're required to upload.
Yeah.
So I will say the process with us, it would take about a month, but then it's up to them to review it. So it would take a couple months for them to review all the application and ask you for more questions.
Yeah.
And then after that, once they review it and approve it, then you pay the fee that is there, that is according to the profit that your company makes. So it's correlating to it. It's not all the same for everyone, which is
Yeah.
also a cool thing, because if you're a small business, they're not going to charge you a ridiculous amount of money. But if you're bigger and you got the money, then you pay for it, and it sort of like balances it out. And then after that, yeah, you will pay, and then you will get the certification. And then within a year, every year, you have to
Renew it.
recertificate and renew it. Yep.
Wow, that's nice. The fee depends on the company's profit, that what you mentioned. Does that make it accessible for smaller brands too, or is it mostly larger companies pursuing
No,
the
it definitely makes
certification?
it. Yeah. Definitely that the way that they do it, it makes it accessible to everyone. So
Okay.
if they look at your profit for the previous year, and
Okay.
then after that they calculate how much you have to pay in the fee. So it correlates with the profit that you're making. It doesn't go
So
ridiculous.
what about the first day brand? Like I just started a brand today and I
So
want
then
to get the B
you have
Corp.
to wait. So you have to be in business for a whole year
Okay.
before you can start the application.
I see.
Yep.
It
Yes.
one more question come up. What about those startup? Because usually in the first couple of years you are in the loss. So what about them?
What about them? The assessment, everyone
Okay.
can use it without having to pay.
Hmm.
So even if you don't have the money to certify,
Yeah.
you can still use the assessment to sort of give you that framework,
Hmm.
and sort of look at the things that they consider within that framework.
Yeah.
So I think that's good. Even if you're not able to pay it just yet, you can still use the tool, which is
Hmm.
very handy and is open to everyone. So yeah.
Yeah. This might be a funny question, but let's say I'm a fast fashion brand and I decide to, I mean, you changed my mind and now I want it to be sustainable and for the people, planet, and, for the better future. I decided to move to B Corp. I wanted to make my brand shift towards sustainability. When I apply for that, does B Corp or organization gonna find me something because I was harming the planet, or it doesn't matter? Or
No,
they're happy that I just changed my mind?
as long as you are actually changing the way you're doing business and
Yeah.
showing that you're doing the right thing, and you switch from, fast fashion to slower pace,
Hmm.
um, and you can prove it,
Yeah.
definitely you're not going to have a feed, an extra feed, but as long as you can show it. Of course, if you're not doing anything and you're just saying that you're doing that, then of course you're not going to get the certification. Yeah.
And what if someone violate the B Corp laws after getting the B Corp?
That's why they do it every year. So
Yeah.
every year they keep
Do they
rechecking the.
suspend you?
Yeah, it's very unusual, but yeah, they can take away the certification. Yeah.
So it's really about proving the real change, not just saying it.
Yeah.
What are some first concrete steps a fast fashion brand could take to start moving towards that transformation?
I think the main thing would be look at the fabrics that you use, because obviously if all your production is plastic, it's going to be very tricky for you to, start doing something sustainable. So first thing will be to look at the amount of fabric they use and the type of fabric that you use, and also the amount of products that you are releasing.
Okay, that's a good
We
one.
we don't need 5 different collections in 1 year. You don't need
Yes,
that many.
right,
You could do with 2, and then you do very high quality products in those 2 collections that you do,
100%.
where it gives you the chance to use very better providers, better fabrics, the where how you get it from A to B, because also that counts. Will give you more time to travel, so you don't have to ship it straight away in the plane. For example, you do it by ship. So
Yeah.
it's all these different stuff that you can definitely start shipping. But the main thing would be obviously the fabrics and the way you package it.
And what do you think is the hardest mindset shift for brands when they start this journey?
The mind shift.
Yeah.
I think it would be wanting to protect something that it's very important to protect. Understanding that the profit, you're gonna keep making it, but at what cost? I think that's the mind shift that you need
Right.
to have.
Right.
Like, if you making, I don't know, for example, I don't know, $5 million a year, but at what cost? Like,
Right.
I'm sending things to landfill. I'm paying very
Yeah.
little to workers. I think that's the mind shift. I think that's what they need to ask themselves. It's like, why I'm doing what I'm doing.
It
Because if
reminds
you're
me.
only doing it for the profit, you're going to keep going the way you're going,
Yeah,
because it doesn't
exactly.
really.
It reminds me of a guest that I had on the Webisode before. I believe it was season 1.
Mhm.
I don't remember what the actual revenue she was making, but it was in millions. And she decided not to sell her soul and shift towards sustainability. And that was a massive drop from millions to hundred thousands. But she said, yeah, this is what I chose, and I feel more confident and powerful because I'm helping the humanity and the planet at the same time.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's a tough
See,
decision.
it happens. But yeah. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. What is usually you see any companies who are hesitant to do or while filling up the papers?
Yeah, sometimes if it's, I would say that happens with like a bigger companies where, they put someone in charge of this process that is not the owner. Especially with small ones, you have the owner that, they're passionate and they're pushing for it. But if you get someone that is not the head and is not the owner.
You said what industry? I'm sorry. Vegan?
So if it's a smaller company,
Okay.
you get the owners. So they're passionate about this and
Right.
they want to do this.
Yes.
Which if you move further up the ladder, then you get people that they get assigned to these.
Yes.
And they're not as passionate. It's just the job, and they're doing what they're told to do. So the passion is not fully there. So that's the tricky part. And they take longer to, upload the things that we ask them for. or they're simply not like, all like up for it. So yeah.
Exactly. You mentioned about the material of the products, which is very important to file the B Corp. And you also talked about the working conditions, the ethical processes. How important are the ethical processes also into filing a B Corp certification?
Oh, super important is one of the sections within the assessment that you're gonna have to fill how many employees you have, what are their pays, what are the holidays are, what are the benefits within the company that they get,
Wow.
how they travel to work, do they have like flexibility in order to work from home or not work from home.
Yeah.
So all these different questions within that they really take care of like how you're treating the people that work for you. So yeah.
Yeah. A tech company also can be B Corp, or is just a physical goods company has to be B Corp?
No, yeah, they can also be one. Yeah.
Okay, so
You even have
almost all the industries?
almost all the industries, I would say. Yeah, even organizations can be B Corp. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's very cool. Wow, that was amazing. Good to know. And I'll definitely hope people mindset shift towards this and they try to be more sustainable and ethical at the same time.
Yeah, even if it's not, even if you're not going for the certification,
Hmm.
um, it's things you can do within the business that they're gonna make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Nowadays we have many options. For example, packaging stuff. They don't need to be plastic. You have all these other alternatives that you can do. Even if you don't go with the B Corp, which is it's just a way of doing it. You can do it your way, and really make a difference as well, and communicate that within your followers and your buyers.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Donna. Our
Thank you.
last segment of the day is
Yes.
community questions.
Huh. Okay.
Yes, this is a new one. We didn't
Yeah.
have this the last time. What it is we upload a story on our social platforms with the bio of the guest and their profile. So people can go have a look if they don't know the guest and come up with the questions that they might think that we can ask to the guest.
Amazing.
Yes. So I got a few questions that I would ask you. So I'm just a middleman. If any question offends you, that's not me.
Don't worry, I won't take offense.
No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Okay. So the very first question is, how do I know if my clothes are harming the ocean?
Okay. First thing to see is the fabric that they're using. So nylon, spandex, they're all synthetic fabrics. So
Hmm.
they're going to be very tricky for the environment to break down. Also, it's the way we consume it. We can buy something and have it for many years, or we can buy something less quality, cheaper, fast fashion, and it's going to last us a season, and then you have to throw it away. So
Hmm.
sometimes I know it's tricky with the economy wise, but sometimes it's easier or more sustainable to save up, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, something really good that you saw that is a little bit more expensive, but is gonna last for a very long time.
Right. Perfect. Thank you. Next question. This is the first time I'm visiting you. I love your camera sense and angles.
Thank you.
How do you how do you do that?
Oh, how do I do that? I guess it's practice, after 16 years being on
16
this side
years.
of the camera,
Yeah.
you sort of learn how to, position your face, your body, and you're very aware of how you pose. It's funny when I like not long ago, like 2 weeks ago, I was with my siblings back home, and we were taking a photo of all of us, and they started laughing because I was like fully on, pose mode, and I did eyes. It's just like automatic.
It's a habit.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is looks like it's also about modeling. Is I've been in modeling industry for the past 6 years, but I don't get much work. What should I do?
Mm. Um, First, sit down with your agency and see what they can do as a team, because at the end of the day, you're a team. To see what you can change. Maybe it's your hair. Maybe you need a refresh on your hair. Maybe you need to change the color a little bit. Maybe you need to post more on social media. You work as a team to see what things are not working, or even ask them what is the feedback that you're getting from the clients, because sometimes they do get feedback on the things that they're not working or they don't like from that, and it happens sometimes. And also your mindset. Look at your mindset. Well, how are you thinking? Like, are you thinking, oh, I'm not getting anything, I'm stuck, I'm not getting any money? I'm like, and if you're in that loop, of course, you're going to keep going into those thoughts. So try to, shift that again, as we were saying before, shift your mindset, try to shift the mindset of what you are, how you stand in yourself in front of those jobs or in front of that role that you have in your life. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much. The next, it's not type of a question, but it's a message for you
Okay.
from a community person. She goes, "Hello, Donna.
Hi.
I love how you are protecting the oceans. I live nearby, and I always tell people to keep the beaches clean because this is where because we are so connected to the water."
Amen. Yes,
Yes.
100%. We are so connected. And, as I always say, is if the water or the environment that we live in is not healthy, we are not going to be healthy. Like, even the air that we breathe is so important to be healthy, because otherwise we start getting sick.
Yeah.
So yes, keep going with that good job and keep telling people to take care of it.
Awesome. Thank you. Last but not least, what's one habit you recommend to people new to sustainability?
New to sustainability. I will say a habit will be mindful of what you shop and where you shop. Yeah. And if you don't know what to change, a good exercise will be, it's not very pleasant. Hear me out. But it will be for a whole week you don't take out your rubbish. And then after that week, you really check, okay, this is a week. What did I consume? What is this? What is that?
Yeah.
And from there, what can I change?
Right.
Maybe you're buying, for an example, maybe you're buying popcorn in very small packages or within a huge bag, you
Yeah.
know? Maybe instead of buying those ones, you buy a huge one, and then you're using those small ones. And then if you want to take it, or you got kids, I know that's a big problem when you got kids and you have to send them lunch. You take one big bag and then you put it in the lunchbox, and that way you're reducing a lot of single-use plastic. Don't drink from plastic bottles. Please don't drink from plastic bottles. I know sometimes and in some places you have to, but even getting a big is better than all the small ones.
Yeah.
But if you do have the possibility and you do live in a place where you can drink the water from the tap, it's 100% more safe and cleaner than the plastic bottle that is going to have a million pieces of teeny tiny nanoplastics within
Right.
consuming. So I will say those two things are the main thing.
Perfect. Thank you very much. The last question out of the community questions. Donna, can I get some tips to increase my modeling sense?
Ooh, tips to increase your modeling sense. Um, First of all, once you go into a casting, the second, before you walk in the door, you already have to be with the energy that you want to bring in into the room.
Yeah.
For them to see you that way. That's very important. Second of all, always be, really taking care of how you present yourself. Your hair, sometimes makeup helps. Otherwise, research the company the brand that you're going into a casting beforehand to see, oh, they like makeup, they don't like makeup, or I go with makeup, or no, they like the hair this way or that way. And, do your previous research to know what you're walking into, because that's very important. Because I think that's the 50-50 is like knowing where you're showing up to and how you're showing up, that energy that you're bringing in, but also knowing where you're walking into. And yeah, have a good agency that it's behind you and that represents you. I think in my career, like, definitely a huge difference has made it the manager that I had for a very long time since I started is the same one back in Argentina though. And someone that he knows the industry, that he can give you tips, that he can help you out, and if you have anything to balance it out with, you can talk to that person. And the last one, I would say, believe in yourself, because you can do it.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. That's about it for this segment. And
Amazing.
you did completely awesome. Thank you,
Thank
Donna.
you.
Okay, so I believe we have also completed our time, the scheduled time for the webisode. It was such a pleasure, again, to connect with you, Donna. And thank you again for your time on the show.
Likewise, was a pleasure.
I remember the last time I told you, when we were talking, I said, yeah, let's do another episode. But
and here
this
we
should
are.
be our second, this should be our second recorded one.
Yeah.
But it's
last
fine.
time we ended up talking about soccer and everything. So
oh yeah, soccer. Oh yeah. You went to a soccer game, I remember. It was
I always go to soccer games.
yeah.
The last one I went to here in Chile, it was Universidad Católica. It's my boyfriend's team, and we went to the match. So yeah, it was very fun. And previously here they were playing the sub-20 World Cup, and I got to see Argentina playing, which was amazing.
Okay, wow, that's cool. What else we talked about the last time?
Oh, so many things. We were on it for so long. Cricket, surfing.
Oh wow, you have a good memory.
Yeah.
If I be honest, I didn't know what we discussed in this episode.
Well, in your defense, you do many of these ones, so yeah.
No, yeah, thank you for defending me. But
That's
yeah,
all right.
thank you very much again. Before we wrap up, what's one message you would like to leave for businesses that want to do better, but don't know where to start?
I would say connect with nature first to get the messages. Nature always gives you the answers that you're looking for. So connect with that, and then after that, see where that takes you. Like, as I said, for me, it was surfing, and then that took me onto a passion for protecting that. So I think being truly connected what we want, and then the way shows. I think that's the way. So be very mindful of what you want, and then you're gonna discover the way of doing it.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Where people can find you?
Instagram, it's Dana_Lopez_, Lopez like J-Lo. So that's the main channel I use. And there I have the links to my TikTok and everything else. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
All the links that Donna mentioned, you can find into the description. And please go check out, and it's just amazing. And any consultation you might be needing for B Corp, you can also contact Donna for that. She's just amazing. A lot of 5-star reviews.
Thank you so much.
Donna, last thing. One question actually. How many languages do you speak?
Spanish, Portuguese, English, and a little bit of Italian and a little bit of French. So,
Oh,
but no.
wow. That's a lot, but what we do this time, actually, let's start with you. I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I always maybe forget or do not implement to the Webisodes. But the request is to give a message or say something in all the languages that you know, and we'll upload it and ask people what you said. You don't have to tell me what you said. Just say it, and people are gonna tell us.
Spot now. You put me on the spot. Okay, we started in Spanish. Vayan a conectarse con la naturaleza. Es lo más lindo que hay y siempre te devuelve algo precioso y una energía hermosa. Okay, Portuguese. I don't know if I'm gonna get into every language. Vai conectar com a natureza. Tem uma energia preciosa que se você escuta o que ela tem para dizer, todo mundo tem as respostas que está buscando. And that's it.
That's it?
No, I don't want to do it in Italian and French because I'm not very.
Let's try it. Let's try it. Actually, maybe this is our time. Okay, no, one word in Italian, French.
In Italian, carpe diem.
Carpe diem. Okay, that was very Italian accent. What about French?
That was a very typical one. French one. Je ne sais pas qu'est-ce que. Je ne sais pas. Je ne récolte. No, I don't know. I can't do it.
That was a good one.
It's been a long time that I speak French.
Okay, it's fine. Thank you very much. By the way, do you know any bad word in those languages?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's about it for the on-air. You can tell me off-air. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much,
I'll see you guys with the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.